just left the Viking and jumped a really nice buck with a doe. There's two big bucks, 80 yards from each other over in that CRP. We got a week's worth of groceries right there.
It's the middle of November, the rut's on, and we're in Kansas. What else is there to say?
Oh, I know. I went to eastern central Kansas about the 11th of the month, but I'm not hunting with an outfitter this year. We're just hunting on some private ground that a buddy owns. So first order of business for the week was to get some meat for the grill. Time to find a doe.
Feels good to let a muzzy fly. We were sitting there thinking we were gonna get blanked. Our wind is blowing right there, and we just had 4 deer come from right there. Cent killer pays. Stuck an acorn. What are the odds in that? Can you believe that? That's what you call a deer. We're gonna eat good. We got a week's worth of groceries right there. Whew. That packing pole makes it nice. That saves your back. All that dead weight is sitting right across that axle. That thing is the trick. Now we're gonna let the Viking do some work.
It's that magical time of year we all dream about being in the stand in the Midwest. The bucks are chasing does everywhere, and at any given moment, she could bring a giant right in front of you.
One might say it's the whitetail version of speed dating.
Next station!
We just left the Viking and walked right down this edge and jumped a really nice buck with a doe. He didn't even care that we were in the world, and they just kind of slipped out. Got an old dry creek bed runs through here. It's a great travel route. The CRP is a great place for these does to go to get away from these bucks if they can, so they can try to hide or bed down. Plus, it's so cold, they can be out there sunning themselves. It's just an awesome spot for the rut. We came in here midday. It's 9:30. No, but it's 10 o'clock. And we're gonna get in the tree and we're gonna hang out. The time is right. We just need the right doe to come by, so we gotta be in a travel area. We found travel routes. We're gonna go hang tough and hang all day. We got a travel corridor here because there's a creek bottom right here, trails running all up and down. Got a wheat field at the end and a bean field, actually. We got winter wheat right across the county road up here. Got big CRP and another drainage over here. There's just a lot of places these bucks can cruise to scent check this big CRP stuff looking for does. We got a lot of good things going for us here. Now we just need the deer. back down or be at bedding in the CRP. But we didn't see those deer walk in here. They just stood up, and he is a toad, man. And he's got a girlfriend just hanging tight. Unless she decides she wants to come over here, that's probably the best we're going to see of that deer. Just usually the way it happens. Because ain't nothing like the real thing.
Now, that old girl must have had some Victoria's Secret body spray on or something all up in her hair and whatnot, and he really liked it because he stayed there forever. In fact, it got dark on us, and the next morning we got in there well before daylight, just hoping she'd let him stay the night.
Believe it or not, the big deer we were watching last night, we sat here from 1:45 yesterday when we spotted that deer, and at dark when we slipped out, he was still right there with that doe. Got up here as soon as I got enough light to see over there. He's in the same spot. But what's cool is there's another big buck has moved in. There's two big bucks, 80 yards from each other over in that CRP. I can't believe they're not fighting. I mean, I guess they could both have does, I don't know. But we're gonna watch and see what happens.
We were locked up like a couple of bird dogs up in that tree. In fact, we didn't even answer Mother Nature. And finally, at 3:15 in the afternoon, old girl figured out dude's just a player and kicked him out. Well, he come right up the tree line looking for a fight.
Here he comes. Don't go that way, dear. Go through here, he might come up in this. That's pretty disheartening right there. The buck we've been sitting on for 2 days. Got done with his doe. And it's 3:15 or 3:30, I'm sorry. And this sucker starts coming straight to us. He veered off, I rattled. He come right up here. And we're probably gonna see him right here behind us in a minute. We've been sitting here like a couple of yard gnomes for the last 2 days. Yeah, I've seen very few deer, but we saw the buck we wanted over there. Our rattle, he showed up. So our rattle again, 2 more show up. They just popping out of the woodwork. That's a good thing. We just need a second chance at this point. Look at, we're gonna see a fight. Are you kidding us? See them on bristle top.
Man, that joker had to be one of the oldest deer in Kansas. And he didn't get that way by accident. Now, he didn't have a great big rack by some people's standards, but he was a mega giant whitetail. And he stood right there at about 50 yards until we literally ran out of camera line.
We are going for broke. And leave it to me to be down to the last day. It's the last afternoon. But everything is different now because old man Winter showed up. So we got a northwest wind. We decided we're gonna go back to the stand that's over the CRP. There's just a lot of bucks over in this area. So right now, with this rut rocking like it is, these bucks are falling into this place from all over. Seem to be pushing their does into the CRP. So we're gonna go back in there, hope for the best of this last afternoon. With a rut, you kind of have to throw everything out the window because you might see a buck that you've never seen before. And the buck you've been hunting and want to hunt, he's liable to be 2 counties from here. So we're just gonna go back into this spot where we can see a lot, rattle, see what happens. And it'll be cool in the snow though. Let's hope my last day luck holds up. Probably gonna rattle a little bit. We're gonna throw everything we got. Just throw it out there at them. See if they. It's gonna be like a yard sale. Just a little bit of everything. You gotta love the rut, man. I don't care if it's little turd-head bucks like that or not. It's fun to watch them do their thing. And we get to be out here in God's great outdoors on a beautiful snowy evening watching all this. But that's what it takes. That's how fast it can happen. You'd be sitting there twiddling your thumbs, and then bam. She could have easily had a Boone Crockett behind her.
Yeah, that whole dream of a doe with a Boone Crockett behind her and her bringing him right by and all that good stuff, yeah, that never happened. Not by the end of the night. In fact, the only thing we put a tag on was some frostbite.
But that's the risk you take hunting the rut. It's not like early or late season when they're much more predictable. It can take a week of hunting, or it can happen in an instant.
Or not at all.
Or in an instant.
Or not at all.
In an instant.
Whatever.
We just got camped, perfect weather, freezing cold.
It's scent killer, not antifreeze. Big bucks running everywhere. Does are all popping every day.
That's 3 deer within 5 minutes.
That's a freaking great deer. This is crazy. This is why we hunt. For this feeling right here.
What else is there to say?
Oh, wait a minute, I know. I went to Kansas about the Eastern 11th of the month.
And we're in Kansas. What else is there to say?
A lot, actually, but I'll go ahead and start. So first order of business was to get some meat for the freezer and grill and groceries, and all these words went through my head real fast. It was really a mess. You should have been there.
Feel like I was.